welcome to the Mega Gamecast. This is episode number 25, and this is a special episode where we go down and talk about every game coming out in the month of May. We're a little bit late to the start on this one.
3 days.
Yeah, just a little bit. But by the time you hear this, it's going to be a little bit more probably. But so we'll go back in time, and we'll talk about Battleborn coming to Windows, PS4, and Xbox One on May 3rd. That's the MOBA-ish style first-person shooter from our friends over at Gearbox Software, famous for Borderlands, which is probably a better game than what this is. But it's still got it's got the same sense of humor and that same art style. So.
Yeah, well, it seems to have more character classes too.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
yeah. There's a lot more characters in it.
So maybe there's more depth than Borderlands.
Yeah, there's probably a little bit more depth, and there's competitive multiplayer. That's the main crux of the game.
Yeah, so I don't know how popular it's really going to be, like as far as that goes. But
yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I played the beta when it was an open beta. Not too long ago, and I don't know. It was fine. It was just okay. There's nothing I'm interested in long term. That's for sure.
Well, Borderlands 3 got announced like not too long ago.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. That's their.
I think that's what most people are waiting for.
That's their bread and butter.
Oh.
We have this game called Ray Gigant coming into the PS Vita on the 3rd.
See, dude, PS Vita gets some of the weirdest, like, random games, but they're still getting games, man.
Yeah, they're still getting games. Axiom Verge just finally got ported over.
Yep. Dude,
what exactly is a
giant? Big ant.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Rage, like, maybe that's just the dude's name.
I don't know, Ray Gigant.
Ray Gigant.
Hey, I'm Ray Gigant. Also on the 3rd, we have Shadow Complex Remastered coming to Windows and PS4. So they had put that out for free on their Epic Game Launcher thing a little while ago. It was around, I think they announced it at the Game Awards.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what they did. And now it's finally coming to Steam and PlayStation 4. That's the first time it's been on a PlayStation console.
So it's only been on Xbox?
It was an Xbox 360 exclusive for a very long time until they came out with this remaster.
Huh.
Yeah, that was one of the first Summer of Arcade.
Yeah,
Summer of Arcade edited games.
Nice.
Hey, we also have Super Hot coming to the Xbox One. I was hoping that was going to be a launch title. I mean, not a launch title, but a launch simultaneously on Xbox One and PC, but it looks like it took them a little while to get it there. That's a really good game. Yeah, you can go back and check out our review of that, our review podcast we did on that. I really enjoyed it. It's a cool strategy first-person shooter kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. It has its own little twist on time bending.
Yep.
Seems to be such a theme lately with certain games and stuff, but
yeah, I know.
They have their own cool little take on it that really makes you think. It's a different kind of first-person shooter for sure.
Yeah.
Well, outside the box. That's what I like to see.
Outside the Xbox.
Xbox owners can get some achievements.
Yep. Also on the 3rd, we have The Park, which coming to PS4 and Xbox One. I think that's a horror game.
Really? Oh.
Yeah. On the 5th, we have Kathy Rain coming to Windows and Mac. On the 9th, we have Stellaris coming to Windows, Mac, and Linux. On the 11th, no, I'm just kidding. On May 10th, we have Uncharted 4, A Thief's End, coming to the PlayStation 4.
All right.
Exclusive. For now, anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm actually, now thinking about it, kind of sort of surprised that nothing else is launching on that day. Like, it's getting the data itself. So, I don't know, man. Like, according to a couple sources, like, it's the highest pre-ordered game right now, or one of them anyway. And that was from a couple lists. So, I mean, this is going to be a really popular thing. Like, I'm kind of, I don't know, a little part of me is still a little worried about this game. Like, even though I know it's done and good.
Yeah.
But, I like I said, I know that they had internal problems. And
some people left, right?
Yeah. Like, well, the main writer left, which, I guess they did have to redo the story. And it wasn't just that. Some actors left. Like, Troy Baker plays Nate's brother, Sam, now. Yeah. Originally, it was this other dude. I forgot the name off the top of my head. But the original teaser trailer they did had this original guy doing the voiceover, doing this whole big thing. And I guess he ended up leaving when the writer, Amy Hennig, did. So they actually had to like re-motion capture and do all this other stuff, rewrite the script.
Some turmoil.
So
because I mean, it was supposed to come out at the end of last year, right?
Yeah, dude. Originally, I think they said 2015. Yeah. So I mean, but at the same time, you know, like Sai has said and I've said many times, like Naughty Dog is still a great company, and the writer who took over was the one who did Last of Us. So I mean, you could say it's in great hands. So, but no, I'm really pumped, man. Yeah. And it's also my father's birthday that day. Oh.
Yep. Turns out it's my dad's birthday too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, dude. That's funny.
Small world.
A lot of May birthdays. I know that.
So we'll definitely be looking for that. What do you think about it, Si? You looking forward to Uncharted 4?
I definitely am, Ryan. I'm excited to continue the story of Nathan Drake, and I'm excited to see where him and the characters from the previous games also come into the story. I'm excited because I've always been a fan of Naughty Dog's work. I loved The Last of Us, the Uncharted games. I also enjoy playing. So I'm really looking forward to this and seeing whether or not this is the end of Nathan Drake, or at least the defiant end of Nathan Drake.
I thought it would be funny if like they play it like Seinfeld, where all the reoccurring characters come back at the end. Like some setup where it's like they just keep like
but
all these guys who died.
Nate's like retired and he's like sitting at home watching TV, and then for some reason his door people keep knocking on his door like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Yeah, we need you for another job, man.
Yeah. Or just like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Man, well, I
just hang out or something like that.
Yeah, right.
I brought a pizza.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I hope it's not like the ending of Seinfeld, because the last episode of Seinfeld, Ryan, the characters all became these hated, bad people.
Well,
that wasn't who we grew up to watch.
That's what was funny about it. It's like this whole time they've actually been just terrible people. But
it was a big troll, man.
Yeah, but
so on May 11th we have a game called Raiden 5 coming to Xbox One.
Yeah,
I don't know, maybe it's a Mortal Kombat spin-off, no idea.
Yeah, seriously.
The fifth one.
We didn't play the other 4 games.
Super Meat Boy is finally coming to the Wii U, everybody. Woo! I can't believe that wasn't already on there.
One of the most challenging platformers of this decade, or maybe ever, from what I've heard. So,
Wii U people can finally enjoy that. Might be the last game they get on that thing.
The list isn't too big, man.
No.
That's all we know.
Goliath is coming to Windows and Mac on the 12th. On the 13th, Friday the 13th, Doom.
Dun, dun, dun.
Coming to Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. I'm kind of looking forward to this.
No,
I wasn't too keen on the multiplayer beta, and I've seen some of the single-player gameplay. They did a big live stream, and it looks pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, you know, like we've always been saying, just kind of straight to the point. You know, action, combat.
Yeah, no frills or anything like that.
Yeah, like you're not going to be diving into menus in this game. It's going to be all, you know, action-oriented. And I don't know, do they do little puzzles in there? Or there's barely any puzzles?
They don't have puzzles, but they usually have secrets.
Yeah.
So that was one of the things that actually would make me a little iffy on it. They were doing the gameplay demo, and they walked up to this computer and downloaded the map that had all of the secrets on it.
Oh, God.
And I was like, that's like the exact opposite of
Doom.
The secrets in Doom, where you're supposed to find them on your own. And they're like, you know, like back then there was like the original Easter eggs where you found like John Carmack's head on a pike or something like that.
You just happened to stumble across like certain things.
Yeah, and that's what made going back and looking around the levels fun. But now you can just go up and
get a map.
Get a map with them on there? I don't know. I mean, it's optional. You don't have to go up and get the map.
That's true.
But, like, it's...
Dude, it's because people want to, like, I don't know. People don't want to waste time.
Yeah, they don't want to work for it.
Yeah, like, I don't know. That seems how it is these days. So.
Yeah, so I'm a little worried about that. Just, I know that isn't an indication of the whole game or anything like that, but it could be.
Well, yeah, I mean, honestly, as long as the shooting and, you know... I don't even care if the story's like that great or epic.
Yeah, I mean,
or anything,
you're a space marine. You're gonna go to hell.
Yeah, But as long as like the action, the graphics, story, it all comes together. Like I'm sure it'll be a fun game. I don't expect it to blow me away necessarily.
No,
but I'm sure it'll be fun.
Be a fun shooter.
That's kind of what we need once in a while. So.
Yeah. On the 13th, we also have Disney Art Academy coming to 3DS.
Oh well. No.
On the 17th, we have
yeah,
another shooter.
I forgot about this one.
Coming to wow. We have another shooter coming to Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. Homefront: The Revolution.
You ready, Cy? Are you
ready
really
for the
getting this?
Revolution?
I'm ready, buddy.
Homefront: The
Am
Revolution.
I getting it? We'll see. I'll probably be too busy with Uncharted, dude.
Well, it won't be too long after, I guess. But
You can get it after you get the Uncharted plat.
the plat, man.
Yeah.
But no, I don't know. Like, I guess the first one wasn't all too great. But
No. This one's kind of had a rocky development.
yeah,
too.
it's got a few delays, right?
Yeah, well, it used to be THQ.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right.
And then I think Deep Silver is the one that ended up buying it. They bought a lot of THQ stuff, and
Yeah,
they've
dude.
been kind of putting some stuff out. But yeah, I'm a little worried. They had a beta a little while ago. I heard that wasn't so great. A multiplayer beta.
Yeah, so this has multiplayer too.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's probably just going to be forgotten like
I think so, yeah.
a lot of these kind of games do. Just
Well,
then
you know-
again, it is a weird military shooter in May. That's kind of a weird time for one, if you think about it. So they might be all right if someone's fiending for a new.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doom just came out.
Well, yeah, but
2 days.
I'm talking about just people who love their military.
Yeah, I know.
base
It's
shooters,
not. It's
but-
not. Usually, they come out in the fall.
Yeah,
Your
like,
Battlefields and your Call of Duties and
man.
stuff like that.
dude, we got to mention that at some point.
Shadow of the Beast is coming to the PlayStation 4 on May 17th.
Dude, I remember that looking all right. Like, I didn't see too much of it,
No.
but I think it's just kind of an indie game, but it's still like a full 3D. Was it? It might have been a kind of hack and slash type game. I remember it looking kind of interesting. So
We'll see how that pans out.
yeah,
On the 17th, we also have Valkyria Chronicles Remastered coming to the PlayStation 4. JRPG of the month.
right.
On the 18th, we have HTOL #NIQ : The Firefly Diary
It's
coming to
interesting.
Windows. Hotline.
Yeah.
That's a mouthful.
On the 19th, we have Last Fight. Last Fight.
Last fight.
Last Fight.
With no space.
No space.
Last fight.
Last Fight. Coming to Windows. On the 24th, we have Overwatch coming to Windows, PS4, and Xbox One. That's the
I have one friend, Ryan, who says Overwatch, after playing the beta, has the potential to be one of the best
Whoa.
shooters of all time.
whoa.
He
Wow.
liked it that
yeah,
much.
So as we're recording this, the beta is going live for people who have pre-ordered the game on Xbox One and PlayStation 4 and Windows 2. And I think the open beta begins tomorrow on the 4th. Or maybe it's the 5th. I'm not sure.
Seems like a few games are doing that these days. They're giving the pre-order people that few day.
Yeah, a bonus couple of
Access.
days there.
Yeah.
And I've played through some of the tutorial, and I played one match of online, and it seems pretty good. There's a lot of characters, so
Yeah.
that's kind of like where the crux of this game is. You explore the characters and see which ones you like the most. There's your archetypes. There's healers. There's tanks. There's melee characters. So chances are there's a character in there that you'll really enjoy.
Yeah, because there's all these different kind of styles.
Yeah. So if you like to hang back and defend, and you can choose a defender class or something like that. And it's a first-person shooter, so it's not like an RPG or anything like that.
Yeah, I mean,
So
looks interesting. We'll see
there'll
how it goes.
definitely be some coverage on that on videos or something
Yeah.
in the future. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: Mutants in Manhattan
Hell
coming the
yeah.
24th to
Oh,
Windows,
boy.
PS4, PS3, Xbox One, and Xbox 360.
Yeah, one of the few last gen releases.
Yeah,
here.
this has to be like one of the last holdouts, I imagine.
There's gonna be like little ones here and there. I mean, don't be surprised if freaking Madden, like a cheesy ported down Madden and
Yeah.
other sports titles still come out. But yeah, I mean, maybe the Telltale games, little things like that. But no, The only reason why I'm looking forward to this is because it is Platinum Games, and those guys, like especially when it comes to gameplay mechanics, like they're usually pretty on point.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and from what I've seen, dude, the graphics look really nice. It's kind of like a more cel shaded 3D art style, and like I said, hopefully. You know, I have hopes for this. I like it.
It looks like a 3D beat 'em up, right?
Yeah, like it's that's what. What else can you really do with the Turtles?
That's what those games were all along.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be like a 4-player co-op if you want.
Yeah,
you know, every turtle has unique.
Yeah,
moves,
I think it does have 4-player co-op and stuff like that.
So.
Yeah, it could turn out to be good. I know that Transformers game, people ended up liking that.
Yeah, dude, Platinum does a lot of underrated work. I think is how I look at it.
Yeah, like Star Fox Zero.
Was that Platinum?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I mean...
The president resigned. But they don't know if it was actually because of that. It was just very peculiar how that game shipped, and then the president of Platinum Games resigned.
The whole motion control thing seemed to
it seems
kind of kill that, but...
Yeah. Oh, well.
But Bayonetta, that's always been highly praised.
They definitely have some good games under their belt.
Vanquish that I played recently.
That was a pretty good game.
Dude. That's one of my gems.
Oh, so that's a gem.
We'll get
Spoiler alert.
All
right. So on the 24th, we also have Total War Warhammer. Totally missed the opportunity here for Total Warhammer.
Right.
Coming to Windows, Mac, and Linux. So this is the next entry in the long line Total War
this has been
series.
It's been around since like the 90s.
Long time, yeah. I think they started with...
Yeah.
It was either Shogun or it was Rome Total War, and then they've kind of gone back to the well and made like newer versions of those games.
Yeah.
And my favorite one was Medieval 2 Total War.
Yep.
I played a ton of that back when that came out. That's a fun game. So these
are RTSs, right?
Well,
no?
So so it's actually both. So you can go in, you can do real-time battles, and it's like a huge battlefield where you have hundreds and hundreds of units.
Yeah.
And you control them, and it looks awesome. So this is why Warhammer people are pretty excited about this, for seeing huge Warhammer armies fighting each other.
Well, nothing else really does things like that, so.
Yeah, not really. And it's it's more strategic than, say, something like Dynasty Warriors, where you're controlling one character and you're killing a bunch of guys, but it's more of like you control big groups of units, like 100 guys at once, and you tell them to attack. But if you play the campaign is actually turn-based. So you have this big map that you're trying to conquer.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Risk in a lot of ways.
Yep.
You're putting your garrison units in your towns to protect them from attacks, and then you can attack a adjacent area, and when you do that, that's when it goes into the real-time part, and you can actually play out the battle.
Oh, okay. And they can take over your places if you're not careful, right?
Yeah, they can attack you back, yep.
Yeah, so...
And so I liked it because it was a cool mix of that. It wasn't like just constant RTS, which, an RTS game match usually only lasts about half an hour, 45 minutes typically. But this campaign lasted longer because there was more of the turn-based strategic, like, you could upgrade, get spies, and upgrade your regions to, create archers and soldiers and stuff like that. So it was a pretty cool game.
Yeah, that's good. That's nice.
I don't know. I don't have any affinity for Warhammer, but I am always interested to see the next Total War game.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
On the 31st, we have Daydreamer: Awakened Edition coming to PS4. Also on the 31st, everyone's favorite, Dead Island Definitive. Edition.
I don't know how definitive you can get with this one.
Yeah, I can have there's a few definitive things I'd like to say about Dead Island.
No, I'll
especially
tell you what,
the second one.
I bought this one and played it for probably about an hour, and that was about all
the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
So. A lot of people like that first one.
Dude, it was just so cheesy, man. The hit detection, the physics,
There was that second one that everybody pretty much universally
Riptide?
hated. Yeah, Riptide. Yeah, everyone tore that one apart. That's coming to Windows, PS4, and Xbox One for no reason.
I feel like they're just throwing that out because they're holding back the second one that they announced 2 years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Whatever.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean I categorize this in the same spot as the prototype collection that came out. It's like nobody really wanted it, but
they just
there it
threw
is. Yeah. On the 31st, we have One Piece Burning Blood coming to PS4, PS Vita, and Xbox One. And then we have a couple to be announced. Maybe they'll come out, maybe they won't. We have Shadwin coming to Windows and PS4, and the Solus Project coming to Windows and Xbox One. Solus Project, I feel like that's been in early access for a little while.
Yep.
It's actually one of the few early access programs they've had on Xbox One. All right, so I feel like the highlight of this month is Uncharted 4, that's for sure.
I think the only thing that really stacks up to it hype-wise will probably be Doom.
Yeah, Doom. I think there's a lot of hype behind Overwatch, too, just because it's a Blizzard.
No, you're right.
It's a Blizzard game. So.
Honestly, Overwatch will probably, completely overshadow the other one there. Battleborn.
Yeah, I think so.
I feel like those two are kind of like, not similar, but kind of.
Yeah, they actually have a pretty similar art style.
Yeah.
Which is probably not doing either of them favors.
Oh, yeah, Mirror's Edge got pushed back.
Yeah, Mirror's Edge is next month, I think, yeah. Played that beta. Next month.
Oh, yeah, No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
No, there's some good stuff coming out next month.
Yeah, I guess so. There's a lot more than I thought. Yeah, see,
we're getting some August games this year, too. Because, I don't know, some people have noticed that there's not a whole lot announced for the fall yet.
I was thinking the other day about what am I interested for this fall. I mean, Gears is coming out.
Yeah, Gears.
Call of Duty, of course.
Dude, come on. All right. What? Sai, did you see the Call of Duty ad that was released yesterday?
I didn't see the ad,
Infinite
but I
Warfare,
did hear
guys.
about it.
In space.
Yeah, I heard.
But did you see what they're doing?
In space.
Did you guys see what they're doing?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, Ryan knows, obviously. But Sai, did you see what they're doing with it?
Yeah, I
right.
didn't.
Did you see what they're releasing with it? Like if you pre-order it or get the special edition.
Yeah, they get Modern Warfare 4, right?
Yeah.
The
Are you pumped about
remastered
that?
edition.
Oh, all right.
Not in particularly.
I mean, I would be.
You guys don't have fond memories for that game?
No, it's a really good game. It's probably
because they say they're bringing the multiplayer too. I believe so.
Yeah, 10 maps, 10 of the. I don't know how many maps there were, but they're not including the DLC maps. I was joking around like, be hilarious if they released that and then released DLC for it, the maps.
Oh man,
I just think it's like,
dude, it's a way to get people to buy this Infinite Warfare.
It's telling that, like, how much faith do they have in this game to sell alone that they're going to include. Like the old one that everybody liked.
Yeah, like one of the classics. And
I don't know, man. It's like...
And I guess Amazon leaked that they're going to be doing a Modern Warfare trilogy remaster or something. So
oh, really?
That's not confirmed.
That's not confirmed.
But would you be too surprised if they did that?
No, I wouldn't. I commented on Gamerholics about it and was like, why didn't people have been wanting this on Xbox backwards compatibility.
Yeah,
they've been Black Ops 1 is the number one that they want.
Yeah,
and then they want Modern Warfare.
Yeah. Yeah, those are probably
and
the
instead
two
of
most,
doing that, instead of like garnering some some favor in there, like some PR there, they just decided to sell it.
Yeah,
and
of course.
I don't know,
because they need to make it fair for the PlayStation guys.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like
I'm sure that's how they're justified.
Yeah.
And they get more money out of doing this. Obviously.
At the same time, I just don't understand why they're doing just the one. Like, it's a good game, but there's nothing truly memorable about it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe people just have that whole, nostalgia glasses on when it comes to it.
Yeah, well, when you look at the multiplayer, it hasn't changed that much since then.
It's
they've only refined it and added.
Well, I mean, nowadays there's jump packs and stuff and running on walls, I guess.
Yeah,
Black
I know,
Ops
but
3. I think people wanted to go back to basics. I guess Modern Warfare was more
I don't know.
Basic.
Those games play so slow. It's ridiculous.
But yeah, I mean, you know, none of us here are like big like Call of Duty multiplayer players. So
yeah.
But I don't know, that's when it holds, like I said before in our whole, what games shouldn't have existed thing, that's pretty much the one I said. So.
Yeah.
because of the
Oh.
Well,
happened
now
afterwards.
Drew, it's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back. But honestly, like I don't know, the way they're doing it's weird, but
Yeah. I can't
like
imagine that they're not going to sell this separately.
dude, it's like,
But what pisses me off the most is that they're doing a similar thing that Sony did with PlayStation VR. And if they do announce that they're going to release it separately,
yeah,
they've already got people pre-ordering this Legendary Edition
yep,
because they hope that they're going to get the remaster.
yeah.
And then, like around launch time or whatever, they're like, oh, surprise, we're actually separating this out.
That'd be messed up.
That's
actually.
bullshit.
No, see, I don't know. You'd think they know better, but then again, you never know, man.
Yeah.
But yeah,
They're-
I don't know. I
they're-
just wanted to bring that up quick to see what you guys' thoughts on that were,
Yeah,
because
they're
Infinite
milking
Warfare,
it
man.
to the fullest extent, that's for sure.
To the point, like Call of Duty does not have to be up in the space, man.
They got to do something.
I know, but
How many times can they? I don't know. That people think they want them to go back in time, back to World War II or something like that. I don't think the people even want that. People
well, yeah,
don't know
because
what
I
they
feel
want.
like people would still bitch about that if that happened too.
Oh yeah, well people are
So,
complaining about this. People are like, oh, yeah, Call of Duty needs to be different. Well, guess what?
This is kind of
This is the most different Call of Duty's ever been, and everybody's complaining about that. I don't know. I'm just.
Is that Cuddy? How do you feel about Call of Duty
Yeah,
in space?
dude. I don't know. Well, space is big, space is infinite. They'll certainly have a lot of room for warfare.
I don't know, man. Like,
But
I can't wait for Infinite
I
Warfare
don't know.
2,
yeah, dude. Now it's just gonna start a whole new series,
like
probably.
Final Fantasy.
But then again, they did do that cheesy Advanced Warfare, and they haven't made a 2 yet. So
That's true.
I don't know.
All right, well that's gonna do it for the games of May and your Call of Duty minute.
Call of Duty minute. Yep.
We'll see you next time on the Mega Gamecast. Woo!